Today marks the original deadline for countries to strike a trade deal with the U.S. However, President Trump has now set a new updated final deadline of August 1st for those countries to avoid new tariffs. NBC's Garrett Hake has more on the trade war, as well as new details in Ukraine's war with Russia.
Overnight, Russia launching a fierce attack against Ukraine, firing a record number of drones into the country, Ukraine says. Just hours after President Trump flashed frustration at Russian President Vladimir Putin for defying calls to end the war during a cabinet meeting Tuesday.
We get a lot of bull thrown at us by Putin, for you want to know the truth. He's very nice all the time, but it turns out to be meaningless.
The president, who as a candidate repeatedly said he'd end the war there on day one of his presidency, now says he's reviewing a bipartisan sanctions package against Russia. And asked about the Pentagon's pause of weapons shipments to Ukraine last week.
Did you approve of that pause?
We want to put defensive weapons, so we're sending some defensive weapons to Ukraine, and I've approved that.
So who ordered the pause last week?
I don't know. What did you tell me?
NBC News has reported that suspending the weapons shipment was a unilateral step by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, according to congressional sources and a U.S. official. The sources say Hegseth has ordered pauses twice before. In both cases, his actions reversed days later. And President Trump making another foreign policy move overnight, once again ramping up his global trade war, announcing he'll send letters to at least 7 countries today, on top of 14 filed Monday, that set new tariff rates for each nation if they don't negotiate new trade deals with the U.S. this month.
Mostly it's just a little number in there. You'll pay 25%, 35%. We have some at 60, 70.
The president abandoning the 90 deals and 90 days goal set by the White House when his so-called reciprocal tariffs were first unveiled, then paused back in April, in favor of unilaterally deciding import tax rates and posting them in letters.
We can't meet with 200 countries. You have to do it in a more general way, but it's a very good way. It's a better way. It's a more powerful way.